For a long 8 months, these silent mountains have been under the spell of the Arctic cold. It sometimes seems that the life on their slopes has stopped and turned into sparkling ice. But the time has come for the sun to awaken from the deep cold slumber and begin warming with its rays the mountains stifled with the cold for a long winter. River valleys have revived bit by bit and turned into a great scene of the most spectacular performance staged here by wild nature every spring. For 10 years now, I've conducted observations of wildlife in the thickets of the Putorana Nature Reserve. From the very first encounters with its inhabitants, I was bewitched by the magnificence and beauty of the capercaillie. And now I've had the luck to see these splendid birds much closer. Here in the mountains, we plan to spend 2 months and become the first spectators of the magnificent performance which will open on the banks of the Faraway River, Yaktali. The Faraway Yaktali. The land of table mountains, canyons and waterfalls extends along the northeast of the middle Siberian upland. Nearly 200 square kilometers of the virgin taiga forest and mountain tundra are practically untouched by man. Today, these mountains have become the last northern border of the territory, where capercaillies can fight for their females far from the dangers posed by hunters and civilization. Everything around is under the cold spell. The cold has glaciated the water to the very last drop, creating fairy tale decorations which give crystal clearness to the scene. In April, when everything around is sleeping under the fleecy winter cover, the reindeer are the first to enter the snowland. Their guest performance tour is northbound. They walk permanently step by step in order to perform their main play, reproduction on the plains of the Taimyr Peninsula. The deer have to cover 400 kilometers more to break away from the cliff plateau and reach the northern tracts of tundra. And here they form a crowd which sometimes is threatened with mortal risks. Simultaneously with the deer, the birds of prey fly to this land. As a censorious jury, they occupy the best seats on the cliffs. You can have a good look at the scenery from there. Winter has come to an end. You don't have to wait long until capercaillie gather on these hills and begin singing and round dancing. Nature has been waiting for the main play on the Yaktali. Only the bear, which has just come to itself, has already left its den. Like an old MC, it walks carefree in the backwards of the theater, attentively checking all its secluded nooks before the beginning of the premiere. There is a spell of spring in the air. However, though it is the middle of May, the cool Arctic breath can still come down with snowfalls on mountain slopes, trying to delay the long-awaited coming of spring. But the spring dance cannot be stopped. And now, when everything around has died away in the twilight of the polar day, the sky hanging above the mountain begins to flash up with the color of blood, making scenery fantastic. Under the cover of midnight, the main heroes of the play appear. As black shadows, they descend from the sky on the thin tops of larches. Settled in capercaillies crane their necks and begin crying in the hope of being heard and encouraged by females. Only the senior males sing solo on the stage. Their songs, as the long-awaited bell of the coming spring, spread with a permanent trill above the sleepy, bold mountains. The lek has begun. By midnight, capercaillies come down to the ground. They walk on thawed-out hills as if on the stage, giving all their skill and passion to their song. Only the most persistent and clamorous males will be rewarded. It's past midnight. The females hear the singing of cocks from far away. Somehow, they can know and feel their only chosen one and begin flying to the voice, sitting down together like grapes on the larches closest to the soloist. The cock, as if ignoring this, goes on trilling sedulously, throwing back its head and spreading its tail, looking like a big fan of a nobleman. It moves in the direction of the females. The male pretends not to notice females nearby, but the meeting of the male and female is fated by nature. There is a proverb, deaf as a wood grouse, but it does not go with the capercaillie. This giant of a bird, its weight reaches up to 5 kilos, is not only keen on every sound, but also has a perfect eyesight. It's almost impossible to approach it without being noticed. Any movement frightens the capercaillie, and it flies away immediately. The sunrise ends the tension. The first part of the performance has finished. The midnight actors fly about silently, leaving the heights. They will spend the whole day looking for food, eating last year's bilberry and buds of larches. The birds need to have a rest and get up steam so that after twilight they will go to the main stage again and call for their happiness again. For 2 weeks, the capercaillies will do their best in their charming singing. It will ring permanently over the drowsy Yaktali. At daytime, the stage is not vacant either. Nature does not know intervals. The night actors are replaced by their daytime colleagues, coming here with incredible rapidity. The wind and heat of incoming spring change the look of the stage every day. With the appearance of the first melting clays, the wonderful nature of the sanctuary begins to awaken. This is shown by many violet flowers growing towards the sun on the thawed-out slopes of the river terraces, pleasing the eye with their beauty. This is the first messenger of spring, the pasque flower or sleep grass. Sometime later, other flowers will be seen, covering the theater with a multicolored carpet. The warm breath of spring has affected the frozen rivers. Anticipating the future freedom, the rivers begin dropping tears of crystal purity, breaking the winter silence with louder patter. Soon the first whisper of spring turns into a loud thunder, which is inseparably linked with the revival of wild nature. The resurgent waterfalls on the rivers have not yet freed themselves from ice captivity, but already as huge alarm clocks wake the surrounding world with their booming. The weather is whimsical in spring. The sky is often mantled with clouds. Drizzling rain speeds up snow melting, and water, free from the cold, spills all over the frozen river beds, washing away their ice strongholds. With every hour, the pressure of the water increases, and the bubbling stream destroys the ice. The elements seem to go mad. Soon the elements awakened by the sun calm down, and only ice floes float along the river here and there. Ducks gathered here for a spring feast maneuver skillfully between ice floes, fishing out easy prey in the water. Soon they will get down to building nests and reproducing somewhere in silent mountain lakes. But now they recover from a long, tiresome flight. Every day, the warm sun makes the winter retreat, and it resigns its authority, and mountains shake off the rest of snow cover, taking a new look with an incredible speed. Days become warmer, hence the tiny actors flown to this fairy world for quiet performance are in a good mood. All of them look forward to the coming out on the stage, whose schedule is counted in seconds. In this severe region, there is no place for rest. The north cannot wait. A bird's family has built its nest on a sheer rock and is now busy hatching eggs. From the height through the transparent forest, they can easily see herds of deer hurrying to catch up with their brothers and sisters. Now the broken up river ice makes their travel rather difficult. In the beginning of June, when buds on the trees are swelling, the spring gains all its rights, filling the world with the riot of colors. Our expedition has been carrying on observations for over 2 months. We have already become a part of this magnificent world. The capercailles have already leapt and flew about the thicket. Males have begun to molt and do not look so graceful as they used to during lek. They won't take part in feeding and bringing up their birdlings. Now they are in the care of females. It's hard to understand why birds are so attracted to this place. Capercailles' leks are the same for centuries, and they fly in here every year in order to fulfill their duty to nature. And if man does not stand in their way, nothing threatens them in these mountains. Perhaps the hills of the Yaktali are the very last stronghold of warmth in this region of storms and blizzards. It's the second half of July. There is a smell of summer in the air. Snow has retreated. The ice shell of the rivers has been destroyed. The road is free for the inhabitants of the kingdom of water. Birds squawking is heard everywhere, but soon this hum will cease, and the crucial period of hatching eggs will come. The loud sound of helicopter disturbs the voices of nature. It's time to fly away. The season of spring performance has come to an end, and we, the obedient spectators of the performance of nature, are leaving the beautiful Yaktali, which has become another home for us. The Yaktali was not the same river which had welcomed us when we had just flown in here. The river was breathing with life, as a giant reptile winding on the bends, glittering in the rays of the summer sun with its cold light. It seems to wink at us in farewell. Parting with the magnificent world of wild nature, we are convinced again that both we and nature's actors have the common home, the planet Earth, which is decorated with the wonderful mountains of Putorana. Nobody knows whether we shall be able to return here. And only the birds, following their incomprehensible instinct, will fly to this severe place to sing their nuptial songs again and again on the Faraway River, Yaktali.